Hi, I'm Anup, and I welcome you all to Blue Saffron, the podcast program of corporateshitak.com, sponsored by Jani Plastics. And you're about to receive knowledge on Indian and Australian GST, goods and service tax. Yeah, you got it right, mate. Let's get started, shall we? PAYG W and GST in Australia. As You Go Withholding is like tax deducted at source TDS in India. Having software program contractors is a very common practice in Australia. Even I myself have been one. When a recruiting agency hires an IT professional on contract basis, they ask whether he or she wishes the PAYG W arrangement. That is, the recruiting agency will pay the contractors after deducting the tax at source of income of contractor, so that contractors don't have to pay it later on. Earlier, the employers used to pay the full gross salary to the employees. Then employees had to file their tax return at the end of the financial year. That earlier role is now reversed. Employers are under obligation to withhold the employee's tax on the employee's wages and then pay at the end of the financial year. The tax paid can be mentioned in the business activity statement of the employer. Now, here are a few points to remember with regards to PAYG. You must register for PAYG withholding before you are first required to make a payment that is subject to withholding. This is required even if you don't withhold an amount from a payment made. If you cease to be an employer, you should cancel your PAYG W registration. Another thing you have to remember is before you enter into the work agreement contract, you need to check that the worker is legally allowed to work in Australia. The next is PAYG withholding is different to payroll tax, which is state tax. And one thing goes without saying is it's also important to keep all the right records in place. So, what's the connection of PAYG with GST? The takeaway here is the avoidance of the confusion between PAYG W and GST. Some people get confused. There is no GST involvement when an unregistered contractor provides services to the registered company. So there is no connection between PAYG W and GST, and both are two different things. The only common place you find the mention of both together is the business activity statement of the company. So my dear listeners, I hope you enjoyed the audio. I also hope there was some takeaway for you. Signing off now. We'll come up with more interesting episodes. Till then, take good care of yourselves. Keep liking your one and only Blue Saffron. Cheers. Bye-bye.